Youth from across various nations of Africa have jointly called for a wholesome attitudinal change from the older political class of the continent of African countries, if African countries are to win back their pride of place in the comity of nations. This and more were part of the deliberations on the 4th Extraordinary Summit of the Youth Model African Union. The summit theme, A Peaceful and Prosperous Africa Based on Inclusive Growth and Sustainable Development, was held at the Institute of Peace and Conflict Resolution here in Abuja. Daniel Obi has more details.
A 3-day event which drew in youth delegates from all over Africa, all of whom share a common belief that a peaceful Africa where the guns are silenced is achievable. The chairperson of the Youth Assembly, Ms. Bukola Taiwo, in her opening remarks, pointed out the imperatives of sustainable peace and shared prosperity that have continued to elude the African continent.
As a chairperson of this distinguished assembly, I recognize the significance of this platform, which brings together dynamic and passionate young leaders, each representing the diverse voices of our beloved continent. Your presence here reflects an unwavering commitment to the ideals of unity, progress, and resilience that has defined Africa's journey thus far.
Addressing newsmen on the sidelines of the event, the convener of the Youth Model Africa Summit, Mr. Igweshi Augustine, and Mr. Kasmaya Namani Nike, the country representative of the Commonwealth Youth Peace Ambassador Network, both echoed the need to stem out corruption from our body politics.
Peace can be achieved in Africa. It's a matter of commitment, a matter of the political way, and having the right leadership. So if you talk about peace, peace is a state of mind. If African leaders can have that state of mind, that commitment to drive peace. And when you talk about peace, if there is corruption, if there is unequal distribution of resources, if you look at the Global Peace Index, the countries that have achieved peace, they have dealt with issue of corruption, issue of unequal distribution of resources, they have dealt with issue of bad leadership. So when you have these issues deal with, you see that peace can be achieved. So
let me borrow the word from the Kofi Annan, the former Secretary General of United Nations, which said that for Africa to be peaceful, for Africa to be united, Africa have to come to their senses, and then streamline what is comparative advantage.
Some of the foreign delegates expressed happiness on being a part of the summit.
Okay, I'm from Ethiopia, Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia. Well, for me, it's my first time in Nigeria, Abuja, and I'm really happy and excited to be here.
Africa is a home that is sweet, and when you come to Africa, you will not regret it, especially when you're a young person. Sometimes what you heard, put it to practice, and what you see, you navigate it.
According to the convener of the summit, the 4th Extraordinary Summit of the Youth Model Africa will go a long way in highlighting the critical need to nurture future African leaders through active dialogue for peace. The summit focused on building peaceful and inclusive communities across Africa. Daniel Obi, ASO Television News.